Hello everyone, in this video I will show you how to access and use EdReady, which is the software that we will use for Math 003. You can get to our Carteret EdReady homepage by typing in carteretcc.edready.org. You can also access it by going to our Moodle page and clicking the link on our introduction page. Please know that if you just search edready.org, it's going to bring you to the generic EdReady homepage and not the Carteret homepage. So make sure the beginning of your URL has Carteret CC. Now when you do get to the homepage, if it's the first time that you've used EdReady, you'll hit the Get Started link. If you have an account already, you'll hit Login. When you hit Get Started, you will fill in your name, email, and a password, as well as your zip code. Please know that EdReady is going to send you a confirmation to your email address. So if you're using your school email address, please make sure to type it in correctly. Do know you can also use a personal email as well. Once you hit Submit down at the bottom or Sign Up, it's going to send you the following confirmation email. You will have to confirm your account by clicking the link, and then you will be able to log into EdReady. So if I go back to the home page and I click Login, I will type in my email address that I used to sign up, as well as the password. Now at this point, it's going to prompt you for a goal key. The goal key, if you go to our web page in Moodle, is underneath EdReady information at the very top of the screen. So at this point, you will enter the goal key and hit Get Started, and then you will see our course appear. From here, you're going to hit Go to Goal. You will now see the general layout of EdReady. You will notice Tier 1 at the top. Underneath Tier 1 is the final tier test for Tier 1, and then you get a second attempt in EdReady on the test as well. And then if you keep scrolling, you'll see Tier 2, the 2 tests, and then Tier 3 at the bottom. You can click Show Details underneath each tier to see which units you will be tested on in that tier. Each tier you will start with a tier diagnostic. Please take this diagnostic very seriously and take your time on the diagnostic. Once you take the diagnostic, EdReady will identify specific topics that you have mastered or specific topics that you either need review or you are not ready for. Anything that is not green in EdReady, you will need to do the study materials in EdReady for that particular topic and then master the topic through a topic test. So let me show you what the diagnostic looks like. If I click Start Diagnostic, know that you can use a calculator on this diagnostic, and you can also use your formula sheet. So I'm going to hit Start Test now. And you can see most questions through this test are going to be multiple choice. There will be some that are open-ended. You do have the option to hold a question, maybe for the end, maybe this is something that you want to come back to. Now, if you do hit pass and indicate that you do not know the answer, EdReady will identify this as a red topic that you will need to study. You do also have the option to save the test and come back to it at a later time. You should expect to spend probably around an hour on this initial diagnostic test. Once you have completed all of the questions, you will then hit the Submit button. So I will show you now what it looks like once you have completed the diagnostic. So once you complete the initial diagnostic, it's going to give you an initial diagnostic score. So in this case, the student scored a 54. Remember, your overall goal is to have your tier be 100% in order to take that tier test. So I'm going to go to View Results. And again, notice that it's given me some topics that are green, some topics that are yellow, and other topics that are red that I need to study. Now, underneath here, it has shown me, though, that I have mastered the percent unit. So this is a unit that I don't necessarily need to go in and study for EdReady because I mastered it from the initial diagnostic. Also, know that I've done well in real numbers. Though I'm not been tested on every single topic in here, it is showing me that this is a green unit and one that I'm doing well on. From this page, you want to hit View Study Path. It's going to give you step-by-step instructions of where you need to start for each one of these topics in this unit. Now notice over here on the right hand side for the whole numbers unit, based upon the diagnostic, I did master 4 of the 11 topics in this unit. But there are some that I was either not tested on or some that I just did not do well on and maybe need to do a review. Since you are not tested on every single topic in this unit, I would suggest by starting with the unit test. By taking the unit test, this is more or less a smaller diagnostic just on whole numbers that will see how well you know these topics that you were not tested on with the initial diagnostic. So same with the initial diagnostic, when you hit the unit test and hit Start Test Now, it looks generally the same. You can do pass, which means you do not know the answer. Again, keep in mind that if you hit pass, it's going to mark this as a red topic that you need to study. So I'll show you what it looks like once you have submitted a unit test. So this is the screen that appears after you've completed a unit test. It will tell you what percentage of the unit test that you got correct, and then you can hit back to current study path. Now notice my score did increase, and not only that, but the number of topics that I have mastered in Unit 1 has increased as well. Now it states that I have mastered 8 out of the 11 topics in this unit. You are not finished in this unit, however. Remember I told you that you wanted all of your topics to be green. Right now, there are 3 topics that I still have that are red, and this one down here is in the yellow, which means it needs review. Notice the unit test is no longer an option anymore. Now you're going to need to go into the Learn feature for each of the topics that are red. So if I click Learn here, and then I click Study this resource, I love the features that are in EdReady because there are so many resources to help you in studying these topics. You have a warm-up, a presentation. It is a great video lesson for you. You have worked examples that you can watch an instructor work out. You can look at the textbook chapter. You can complete practice, and then you can also complete like a practice review test. Once you feel like you are ready with that particular topic, if you go back to our home page here, or back to study options, and then you go back to study path, you will then need to take a smaller topic test on each of these topics that are in red. These are usually pretty small, I would say between 4 to 5 questions. So I'll show you what it looks like once you have completed a topic test. So this is after I've completed a topic test. In this case, it's told me, good job, I've mastered this topic, I've obviously studied it through the Learn feature, and then I can go back to current study path. And now notice that that topic is disappeared from this page and is moved over here under one of the topics that I have mastered. Now, if you do take the topic test and you do not do well on it, it's going to force you to go back into the Learn feature to do more of the practice or the reviews or the videos before it will allow you to take the topic test again. So you will do that for each topic that is red. You will have to do the Learn and Test feature. Now you can see on this screen that I went through each one of the topics in whole numbers and I mastered each one through the topic test. So it has moved the whole entire unit of whole numbers over here over on the right hand side under units you have mastered. It has now picked me up on my next unit, which is fractions and mixed numbers. So I would go through the same process. I would take the unit test to kind of see where I am in terms of fractions. It's going to take some of these topics and it is going to turn them either green or yellow or red. Any topic that does not fall under here, under master topics, I'm going to want to do the learn feature and then the test feature. And once you've moved everything over, then the whole entire unit would move over. Now, I would suggest to you, if I go back to whole numbers, which is my first unit, notice the unit test is back open again as an option. I would encourage you, especially if you're getting ready for your tier test, to take that unit test again just to kind of see where you are and to make sure that you really have an understanding of each one of the topics in this unit. So I'm going to go back to my complete study path. Remember, you're going to do this for each one of these units until you've reached your target score of 100%. So I'll show you what it looks like once you've reached that 100% target. So this is a screen of a student who has reached that 100% target in Tier 1. Notice on their home page, everything is green in terms of each topic. Everything is green in terms of each unit. It tells me at the top you have reached the target score for this study path. So remember, there's two key components of this class. There's the 100% that you must get in your tier, and then there is the completion of the lesson videos in Moodle that I've provided you for the first tier, at least to 80%. So as long as your gradebook in Moodle is at 80%, and as long as in EdReady everything is green here, you can then email me and I will open up for you your Tier 1 test. This is a cumulative test that will test your knowledge on the entire tier. Once you reach an 80% on the Tier 1 test, you have officially completed Tier 1. You can then move on and I will open up for you Tier 2. Again, if you're unsure of what tier you need to complete for your program, please make sure that you email me or touch base with your advisor. If you have any questions at all about completing your work in EdReady, do not hesitate to reach out and ask.